Heads up, came across this, and what's going on? This is in China, Fengshan, and they have built a Stargate. That's what it looks like to me. I guess they call it the Ring of Life. Found this on Stefan Hannard ADG UK's channel. He has more information on it if you want to go there. STEPHENHANNARD ADG UK. That's his channel, but heads up, check that out. The Ring of Life.
Бермудски триаголник, според научниците, токму таа е можеби причината за големиот број мистериозни исчезнувања на бродови и авиони во тоа подрачје. Стаклената структура ја открил океанографот Мејер со помош на сонарна технологија на длабочина од 2000 метри. На неговите снимки таа изгледа како да е делумно прозирна, па се верува дека е создадена од стакло, можеби дури и од кристали. Има четириаголна база, долга 300, а широка 200 метри. Врвот излегува околу 200.
And again, that was off of Stefan Hannard Aduku, okay, STEPHENHANNARD ADG UK. Alright, so there you go. That's probably what really is going on with the Bermuda Triangle. How's that one? Thanks, Stephen Hannard Aduku. I don't know how you say it. I guess it means UK, though, at the end. Alrighty, then. Well, it seems that Britain's lost Atlantis discovered on July 3rd, 2012. Check that out. From the Sun News. Also, CBS News. July 3rd. Dodgerland, Northern Europe's own lost city of Atlantis, discovered off Scotland. Also off of Britain's Atlantis, found at bottom of North Sea. A huge undersea world swallowed by the sea in 6,500 BC. Wow. And again, I found out this information from Starseed, and then there's a space, Paz, P-A-Z, her channel. You can watch the whole thing. But wow, it looks like everything's being disclosed. All knowledge is coming forth. Wow. What's really going on? Live, this is One for the Record. I'm Diana, and today is February 20th, 2013, and here are your updates for today. Extinction Protocol 2012 and beyond. Russian meteorite hunt for debris begins, but was it a comet? Oh, here we go. Italy's Mount Etna volcano rattled by explosive eruption. Possible meteor report off the coast of Florida. Alright, that's everything from the Extinction Protocol. Moving on. So watchers watching the world. GOCE, ghosts, revealed the height of sea is not the same everywhere on Earth. Fury looping rain on the sun. Tropical depression. O2W developed near the Philippines. Deadly landslides and floods across Indonesia. Growing fast. Sunspot 1678 poses threat for M-class and X-class solar flares. Mount Etna is waking up. New eruption. Produced lava fountains and lava flows. New radioactive leakage discovered at Hanford site. I believe that was yesterday. I know, see, I say radioactive, and Max gets all upset. Yes, Max. Stop. Alright, E&E News, Energy News, today. Academic Journal, Fukushima catastrophic, becoming turning point in world history. Its long-term impact and meaning are impossible to repress. Also today, Japan MP, this is an emergency situation. Lives must be protected. Health injury to people outside Fukushima raised. And yesterday, top Japan official, not appropriate to say Fukushima nuclear disaster is contained. Moving on, let's go to U.S. Canada. Expert, substantially more than 50 million cubic feet of gas below surface near giant sinkhole. Covers over 2 square miles, enough to do very serious damage. New flyover footage posted. And I do have some new flyover footage. Uncontrolled gas flow continues from well in Gulf of Mexico, trying to stop it from moving underground. Also today, another U.S. nuclear worker found dead. Third death at nuke plant this month. Heads up! Wow. Senate hearing on Sinkhole. The thing the committee needs to understand, the collapse is still ongoing. The cavern is still collapsing. Also today, U.S. bluefin tuna still contaminated with Fukushima radiation. Study. Cesium found in 100% of small, recently migrated tuna tested. Heads up, that's the end of the tuna. That's it. That's it. Who knows? It's been going on for 2 years almost. Heads up on the tuna. And check out what you're feeding your pets. Make sure there's no fish in there. That's what I say. Heads up with that. And let's take a Geiger counter towards it. Worker dies at U.S. nuclear plant. Same day local news airs investigation into alarming pattern of safety violations. Blast update. This is yesterday. One of the top restaurants in Midwest just completely gone. Firefighters searching rubble for victims. Also yesterday, massive gas blast in downtown Kansas City. Gruesome injuries reported. Up to 3 explosions. Heads up with all that. Explosions all over the place. Better check your smart meters. That's what I say. And also, double check your gas lines. But I don't know. I never seen so many explosions. This is my opinion. I can say my opinion since we've started using those smart meters. I'm going to attach some information that Dr. Deagle says about them. Oh, yes. Not right now, though. We'll do that another day. I got a lot of stuff I'm attaching. Stay tuned. Let me get rid of this. And I'll see you again on the flip side. It's Wednesday, hump day. And it's 3 days down now. 2 to go. Tomorrow, maybe I'll do a Thursday shout out to you guys. To all my commentators. We'll do that again. So take care. And be prepared for anything. I'm telling you, have your go bags ready. Be prepared for anything. Especially the closer we get to March. That's all I have to say with all this stuff going on. Alrighty then. Take care. The Ides of March. Wow. Alright. Take care, and I'll see you again on the flip side tomorrow.
Old sinkhole, she ain't what she used to be. Credit on wings of care. Brayton, it's not looking any better, folks. We grabbed the first day of sunshine in weeks around here, and flew out to have another look, since the news reported that yesterday another 5,000 square foot chunk had caved in. Note, officials updated it to 7,500 square feet. We couldn't tell exactly where that had happened from the air, but we did see quite a bit more rainbow sheen at the northeast corner of the sinkhole than we have noticed there before.
There seems to be some serious observation going on in the southern hemisphere and leaks coming out all over the place. It does appear that groups of military and professional astronomers are openly active, let's say, at the Wormwood location in Australia. Well, of course, that's what I've been saying all along. The indicators were all there, and now there are reports that a mini solar system is coming into ours. Basically, you are on your own. Be prepared. That's the best thing I can tell you. And as far as health, I would suggest that number one, you need clean water. Number two, you need your own supply of food. And number three, you need some basic first aid equipment. Number four, you need some health maintenance natural products. And my own use on this, I use essential oils. Years, as I've advised people through this era of awaiting a extra solar system object, and by the way, there are many of them. There is not just one. This is what scientists are starting to find out, and of course they're not telling the public. And it does appear, I've been saying this all along, it now appears that there are leaks excuse me, coming out of the southern hemisphere, of the number of astronomers down there looking at what they are calling a mini solar system moving into ours.
Nibiru.
This is what apparently Harrington saw back in the early 90s, and in the forefront was, of course, Hale-Bopp, but the comet nucleus that eventually became Hale-Bopp, somewhat of a mini solar system in its own right, but certainly much smaller than the much bigger object coming in behind it. And this would be coming in from the southern hemisphere. The point is, forget about dates. As I said last week and the week before, don't worry about dates. Or don't worry about internet chatter. Don't think you're going to all of a sudden wake up someday and hear on the evening news that, gee, a big object is coming in and here's the date it's going to be here, folks. That is not going to happen. That's not going to happen on the evening news. My advice is simply to be prepared. If you are not prepared, then what are you thinking about? Are you, and the other thing is, I'm not preaching for people to get prepared, because some people don't want to. I have a friend who said, I want to go up to my roof, put a big X on it, paint a big X on my roof, and if something comes in, I want to say, hit here first. That's what one of my friends says. So not everybody wants to be prepared. Not everybody wants to go through the rigors of living through a very difficult time and try and come out the other end when the success rate is going to be very low. So at any rate, but man is a survivor. He's historically been a survivor. The fact that we are here today is a testament to the fact that man has been a survivor. Our space dollars are being completely diverted into little private, very exclusive space programs of the elite. They're not going to share it with you. They're not going to share their cave systems with you. The question that comes out of this, and which is imperative right now, understanding that we are in a time of celestial change in the solar system, a time of when upheaval and severe change, not just average change, but severe change with our sun, with our weather, with the local solar environment of Earth and the other planets, is potentially going to change radically. How can the people in power, supposedly, that are in the positions of federal, state, and in many cases local government, how can they possibly even cope with this when there has been absolutely no planning done for the general public? And the crisis that they propose to prevent by not telling the public is actually going to be 100 times worse once the public gets the drift of what's going on. The cities, the destruction and the looting, the complete destruction of our cities is going to happen internally. You wouldn't have to bring an army in here because the cities will self-destruct on their own. People have not been taught a little thing called personal responsibility, how to take care of yourself and your neighbor and make the best out of a bad situation. Everybody has everything handed to them. Everything is easy. You simply go to the mall with your credit card and everything's taken care of. When all of that changes, I call it the 95% rule. 95% of the public is going to wake up one day with nothing. And the real survivors are going to find a way to deal with all of these situations. And it's not going to be, it won't take long, it's not going to be pretty, but when these major events happen, it's going to happen very quickly. One thing we found out from Comet Bradfield is that these objects, of course, NASA sees them coming from a long time out, from a long distance away, but the public is going to have a week or 2 or 3 notice, is my prediction. And that's all. because we don't have the ability to get to the locations to observe what they are observing and not telling us about. It's a very difficult thing. I've personally tried it myself. And really, once again, especially in the time frame we're in right now, the May time frame, in June, these, of course, are the times that Harrington said were the observing times for those southern locations. So isn't it interesting that in the month of May and June, Australia has all of a sudden become extremely active with astronomers and military types hanging around the Project Wormwood facility in Australia. Now, I'm running out of time here, so I just want to recap what we might see as people on Earth. We may see large numbers of comets. We may see other planets capturing comets. We may see new moons evolving around other planets. We may see planets encountering medium or small or large comets with devastating results. We may see comets coming close to Earth with devastating results. We may be hit by meteors, or many more meteors than we do, and of course this has been happening already. In the past year, many bolide type objects coming in and striking Earth. At any rate, I'm out of time here. The things that we would expect are happening. They're coming in from the south. I don't have a time frame. I do not put time frames on these type of events unless I have sound data, and I'm working on getting sound data. That's all I have to say this week. Be prepared. Good night. This is Jim McCanney. This is my Science Hour, and we are definitely at the crossroads. Good night.
That last video was from Indian in the Machine. Alright. Now we're going to Ben Time Traveler. Nibiru now seen in California, February 2013. This is part 1. I'll just show you a picture. This is his channel. He's filming. There's Nibiru. He's saying right there straight ahead. Then you got the bigger sun straight ahead. Alrighty then. There it is for you. Heads up, ancient pyramids in Antarctica. This is something I haven't seen yet. I'd like to share it with you. It's off the Mr. MBB333 channel. MRMBB333, his channel, and it's very interesting. So I'm gonna mirror his video. All right, check it out. Heads up.
Saturday, September 22nd, about 8:45 Mountain Time, 2012. What I'm looking at is Google Earth. That is Antarctica. But what I want to show you is where I started out and how I found what I found in Antarctica. I was looking at the pyramids in Egypt, and there's pyramids all over the globe, but for some reason I was led to Antarctica, and I'll show you why. This is the truth. I have no reason to lie to you. I started out here at the famous pyramids in Egypt. I backed out, and actually I did go straight across over into the Atlantic Ocean, and I came back with the grid on right here, and I just went straight down. Let me back out so I can get there a little quicker. Straight down to Antarctica. And what I was looking for was obviously some exposed land, because I'm not going to be able to see too much on ice. Well, the first place I went to was right here. And the closer I got, the more intrigued I got. I saw some picture banners here, and I'm like, okay. But what caught my attention right away was this rock here. Well, it's a pyramid. And this one here. But from up here, it's heavily pixelated. It's not that good of a picture. So I clicked on here to look around, and I'm like, wow. Another new research facility. This one was built in 2004. It's got some pictures, and bingo, look in the picture. This is right next to this research facility. See that? There's one behind it too. Interesting cloud there, but this is right next to the research facility. So I looked at some more pictures, and here's another one. Just bear with me, screen's gonna go white, and there we go. That's a pyramid. I do not believe that's a random act of nature. And then there's the new research facility. This was just completed, I believe, in 2004. But I found that very, very intriguing. And there's other pictures too. It shows some more of the, looks like a spacecraft. There it is again. There's the pyramid sitting over there, but there's also one behind it too. And if you look at this image here, you can see the one behind it as well. To me, those are old pyramids. Those are old pyramids. I believe that, because they are all over the globe. So, you know, why wouldn't they be in Antarctica too? It's just difficult to see them in Antarctica because there's so much ice. But it looks like our ancient ancestors built some pyramids down in Antarctica. And when they opened this thing up, they took some pictures, and they have this sitting over here off into the background, and they could have taken this picture from any different angle, but they show you just little tidbits of this pyramid from time to time in some of these pictures. They don't come right out and say it, but it's pretty obvious. So it's kind of interesting, guys. I'll post the coordinates. It's just Google Earth that I'm using, and feel free to check it out. There may be some more. I have not looked around any further than right here, but to me, that looks like a very old pyramid. And again, it's stood the test of time, and it appears to be one behind it as well, and that is right here. It's a taller one there, and then there's the one I just showed you in the photograph. So just kind of interesting, guys. Just wanted to share that. Check it out if you like. Take a look around, see if you can find some more. Maybe there is some more. I'm convinced there probably is. They're all over the earth, so it's just interesting, and I'll post the link in the description box.
Okay, we're going to move on to Antarctic UFO crash November 21st, 2012 update. Stand by. Now, this is the McMurdo UFO update. This is from WOWFORREEL channel. I'm going to mirror that one. That's from Wow For Real channel, Antarctica UFO crash November 21st, 2012 update. Oh yes, we'll play that one too. Never heard of these in Antarctica. Alrighty then, here we go.
So Wow For Real coming to you with a quick video here. This is a correction and an update to the Antarctic UFO crash video. Carla let me know that I was looking at the wrong image of the batch that she sent, when she was talking about the UFO crash. So there were a couple really cool images in there, and we already looked at this one. This is the one I thought she was talking about, because there's this pit or something here. There are all kinds of tracks around. It looks like there was a bunch of activity around this site for some reason, or there's continued activity around it. And that's the one that I focused on. But she let me know that's not the one. So this is still very cool because we don't know what it is. Some people have weighed in and said everything about it. We get people saying it's a tower. We've got some people saying it's a mound. We've got some people saying it's a hole that leads to the center of the earth. You name it, people are speculating on this, and I still don't know what it is. So that's cool regardless. But she was talking about this image, and this is the one that I said was tanks, and that's partially what she said that too. And we both kind of agreed that these are tanks, but we're going to take a close look. We're going to go back to Google Earth, and I found this yesterday, of course, by following her directions. I typed in Murdo Station on Google Earth, and then I followed her directions up this path and around. And now here we are. This is the site that I was looking at, and down here is the site we need to look at. And recall, McMurdo Station is over here. So that's just a general idea where we are. So now let's take a closer look at this site. Now, Carla said it was tanks. I thought it was tanks as well. I'm going to show you why exactly right now. So I looked at this one first, and if you look at this, we've got this rectangular shape. It looks like treads on the other side, and then we've got this central spine going down the middle, and there's like a hub in the middle. So it looks very much like a tank just in general, and you can almost see what looks like a barrel right here. So then looking at this one on the end, we've got a very similar shape. We've got treads on the outside. We've got this hub-looking thing in the middle. And then what is this shadow out here? If that's not a tank barrel casting that shadow, I don't know what it is. So that's why I thought it was tanks. Now, some people are saying it's missile batteries. Some people said it were power generators. You name it, it's up for grabs because I can't prove what it is either way. But they look like tanks to me. So now this is what Carla was talking about as maybe being a UFO crash. So what are we looking at here? We've got this huge mar in the surface of the snow or the ice there. And if you buy that these are tanks, that's a pretty big gouge there, right? Because tanks, I don't know if you've ever been near one, but they're not small vehicles at all. So this trench is easily as wide as a tank and 3-4 times as long as one of these tanks. So that's a pretty big gouge in the earth. And then we've got this unidentifiable mass here. At least it's unidentifiable to me. Is this the twisted remains of what was once the tanks got done with it? Is this a rock? Is it something that literally fell out of the sky? Is this an impact trench? Did something blast through here and come to a rest here? Was it dragged to this point? Did it, God forbid, walk from this point to this point? Now, in the last video, I joked about sending Kurt Russell out to find out what this thing is. And for anyone who didn't catch that, I'm sure everybody did. But that was a direct reference to John Carpenter's The Thing.
Wow, so it looks like, just myself analyzing it, looks like the tank's got, one's on its side. It looks like whatever happened, they had some kind of UFO war out there at one time. Can't tell how old the tanks are, but something was going on, and wow. Alrighty then. Again, his channel's WOWFORREEEL. Moving on.